I'm a principal here, and I'd like to take you through a little bit about what we believe in and what we stand for as an educational institution. So the first thing I'd like to talk about today is the school's vision. And our vision really is about making sure our children are ready for the future and they're ready with the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed no matter what they encounter. The school's vision is as follows. Scholar Lentera Kasi believes that every child attending school can be a responsible, successful, lifetime learner who will be excited about learning in a caring Christian environment, who will acquire the skills and knowledge to meet the challenges of the future, and who will have a strong sense of the community. So the key parts of this: a responsible lifetime learner, somebody who likes learning, enjoys learning, and continues learning for life. This is needed for children, this is needed for adults in order to succeed in the modern world. Obviously, we want them to enjoy working and studying in a Christian environment. This is an important part of the school. And of course, preparing them for the future. We don't necessarily know what jobs will be out there in the future, but we need to prepare them for the great unknown. The school's mission is to adhere to the belief and respect in God, obviously as a Christian school, to provide experiences and activities that encourage and support a range of learning styles. We expect students to develop skills and attitudes that will prepare them to take advantage of emerging opportunities in the future, and we aim to deliver international standardized education that is geared to meet the needs of students in the 21st century. So important parts there. Yeah, adhere to the belief and respect in God, to make sure that we meet a range of learning styles. We all learn in different ways. Some people need hands-on stuff, some people love visual stuff, but we try and reach all those learning styles to allow them to learn in the best way possible. And of course, we've got down the bottom there to make sure they're ready for the future. We need them to learn skills, upskill, be adaptable for the future, because we don't really know what's going to happen. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the school values. Yeah? The first one there you can see is caring. We want our students to be caring, to care about one another, to show empathy, to show kindness. The next one is learning. Obviously, as a school, we want our students to learn, not just at school, we want them to learn after school. We want them to keep learning, as mentioned, for their whole lives. We need to instill a love for learning. The next one is talking about cooperation and sharing. You can't do anything these days alone. You must collaborate. And it's one of the skills for the 21st century. All the employees need it. You need to work together, you need to communicate with one another, and you absolutely must have the skills necessary to collaborate. And the last one there is fairness and respect. Obviously, when they're playing sports, they need to be respectful. When they're doing business, respectful. We care a lot about the interactions between our students and other people, very, very much. Next is our school logo. So you've seen the logo, I'm sure, maybe on the gate, maybe on the school signs around the school. You'll notice that it is an eagle, but you might not know what it's all about. What does it all symbolize? Firstly, the eagle symbolizes courage, resourcefulness, strength, and dignity that we want to instill in our children. Its blazing eye reflects the name of the school, Lentera, which means light. The 4 strands of the eagle's wing represent each of the 4 points of both our vision and mission. And the primary colors of red, blue, and yellow represent, respectively, the primal passion, integrity, and creative energies in which we pursue our objectives of education. Sometimes when you hear people discuss SLK, they might say that we are an SLK school. Some parents will know what this means, some might not. So let me inform you a little bit about what an SLK school is, so you're informed about this system. SLK stands for Satuan Pendidikan Kerjasama, which translates into English as a joint cooperative school. It's the designated title that Indonesian government has given since about 2015 to international schools. Now, previously we had international schools with international in the name. The government has decided to ban that, so now the international schools previously have renamed those schools. They are now SLK schools. The reason for that is any school running the national curriculum alongside an international curriculum, as well as hiring expatriate teachers, must be an SLK school and must be inspected by the government regularly to be accredited for that. In order to gain the title, they must get an A-level national accreditation from the local government. and that means we are inspected. They check us, they make sure that we are teaching the subjects that are required, make sure that our resources are available, make sure our school is working indeed at international school level. We have 3 compulsory subjects as part of the national curriculum. Those 3 subjects are PPK and civics, Bahasa Indonesia, religion and character studies, all really important aspects of being an SPK school. We've got our international curriculum, we've got those compulsory subjects that must be taught as part of an SPK school. Our curriculums we follow, we're running 3 curriculums, all sort of alongside one another. As mentioned, we do have to teach the national curriculum. We teach the Cambridge curriculum as our international choice of curriculum. And of course, we run a few subjects as the SLK curriculum as supplementary subjects. Another question we're sometimes asked is, why did SLK choose the Cambridge curriculum? There's IB, there's IPC, there's other curriculums out there. Why did we choose Cambridge as our international curriculum? The simple answer to this is, it's a beautifully designed curriculum. It gathers skills and knowledge and it builds them one on top of each other and allows students to succeed across the school and then on to university. It has incredible support for teachers in the form of websites, materials, training. It inspects schools to make sure that we are up to Cambridge standards. They come through the school, they check our lesson plans, they check our assessment, they check our resources, they check our facilities. They go through with a fine-tooth comb and make sure we are indeed at Cambridge level. We have 10,000 different schools that run Cambridge across the globe, and we can network with those schools and exchange ideas and work together. In terms of recognition, there are 1,400 different universities across the globe that recognize Cambridge qualifications as part of their onboarding process, and this is quite incredible when it comes to entering university. Cambridge has a pathway, and I think that's what I mentioned earlier about the steps going through. They build one on top of each other. It starts with the Cambridge primary program, moves up to Cambridge lower secondary, and then into upper secondary. In upper secondary, you come across these external exams known as the IGCSEs. These are important exams and a beautiful stepping stone towards university. So after IGCSEs, the next level up is Cambridge Advanced level. This is where our students come across A levels and AS levels, and they learn to really master extremely high level studies in order to put them on good steed to succeed at university. As our students move up the school, they increase in terms of maturity. They start looking for leadership positions and leadership roles within the school. The Student Council provides opportunity for those students to step up and to become mentors and leaders of our school. The SLK Student Council, we refer them as the SRC, are a group of students who take students' ideas and make them reality. They're leaders, they're role models, they're people who make a difference. Their organization has their own vision and mission. Their vision is to have an empowered student body where each individual can excel in their own paths. The mission is to be the guide for fellow students to shine their brightness and be a stepping stone, leading them to a brighter future. On your screen now, you'll be able to see the leaders for this year. They're from grade 11 and 12, but each class from 7 all the way through has a representative who communicates with these leaders when it comes to running events and giving back to the community. They really do put on an incredible array of events throughout the year. The first one I'd like to talk to you about is the Study Buddy program. This is where students from the older grades, they help the younger students who are struggling in different subject areas. So we take an expert who's older and more mature and we buddy them up with somebody to help them. It's a great idea and it's working really, really well. They also ran the SLK Prayer Walk, which was a great event recently. They're going to be running Spooktober very shortly, which is obviously linked with October and the celebrations for Halloween. They're going to be running Valentine's Day bake sales and alumni talks and all manner of events. A lot of these things give back to the community. Sometimes they're raising money for charity, sometimes they're helping their fellow students, but it's about being an important part of the community and showing those leadership skills and inspiring the young ones so that when they get up into the high school, they too want to be leaders and be involved in the SRC. As our students move up to school, another really important thing for us to do is to support them, to help them find the pathway necessary to move on to university and eventually on their career paths. We do university prep, and we try and support them by having a session regularly with them to try and help them go over all the things they need to know and prepare for university. Some of the topics that we take them through why planning for university is important. We talk through research skills, how to make mission statements, prioritizing and managing one's time, writing skills, locating scholarships that they may be interested in, life balance, how to maintain that in university, how university can change your life, how to choose the right university. All of these things are so important. Other topics include resilience, how to get back up when you fall down, fail an exam, fail a project, how to do it again. Don't give up. Resilience is important. We talk about what their ideal university might look like. We put them through interview role plays, application essays. We try and really give them all the skills necessary to apply to university, but also succeed once they get there. We can't do this alone, and we do this alongside SLK, who's an incredible organisation who help us to support these students who are looking at studying abroad. They help us to help them select universities, they help us to apply for different universities, and they really do have a lot of skill and knowledge behind them. They've been around since about 1990, so they've had many years experience preparing students for applying and successfully travelling abroad, studying and doing those degrees. We are starting a program, SLK, with SLK alongside Whatcom Community College in Washington, DC. This is a program which will allow our students in high school to start earning university credits while still here. The advantage of this is that they take time out and you can cut down the length of your degree from 4 years down to 3 years. What this means is it's 1 year less living in the US and you can save a great deal of money. It also allows them to get a taste for university before leaving Indonesia and heading abroad for their studies. Before you now, you'll see a whole bunch of different logos. These logos are there not just randomly, they're there because our alumni have studied at these universities, they've graduated, and they're finding that next step in their tertiary education to be challenging and an important step in life, basically. So take you through a few of these. The University of British Columbia, okay, so this one's in Canada. We've got some local universities, Atmajaya, we've got Illinois University in the States, President University, Capilano University, Venus University, UPH locally, UBM, we've got the University of Amsterdam, we've got Arizona State, Kansas, St. Louis. There's so many different universities out there for our students, and they all seem to find one that fits them personally. And that's due to the University Prep program and our collaboration with SLK. In grades 9 and 10, our students come across the IGCSE program. This is a 2-year course, and it is the first real exposure to a very serious exam at the end of the IGCSEs. It's one that requires a great deal of study and a great deal of preparation. What is IGCSE? It stands for the International General Certificate of Secondary Education. It's the world's most popular curriculum for 14 through 16-year-olds. It's been designed in collaboration with schools worldwide, and it's excellent preparation for Cambridge Advanced stage, including Cambridge AS and A levels. It encourages self-centered and inquiry-based approaches to learning. It develops learners' skills in creative thinking, inquiry and problem solving. It has clearly defined outcomes and content, meaning that IGCSE can be compatible with all kinds of other curriculum. It's recognized as a reliable record of attainment by universities worldwide, and many universities worldwide will take into account a combination of A-levels and IGCSE when it comes to applying for university entrance.
Hi everyone, I hope you all have a great day. My name is Gatot. I'm the academic coordinator for the secondary level. In this opportunity, I'd like to explain about the curriculum used in secondary level. Secondary level at Sekolah Rentan Kasih consists of 3 levels. The lower secondary for grade 7 and 8, higher secondary for grade 9 and 10, and advanced secondary for grade 11 and 12. Let's start with grade 7 and 8. Grade 7 and 8 will study SLK developed curriculum, which consists of religion and character studies, health and physical education, music, art and design, ICT, geography, Indonesian studies for expat students, Balinese culture for Indonesian citizens. Cambridge-based curriculum, which includes English, mathematics, and sciences. Indonesian national curriculum consists of PPKN or Pendidikan Pancasila dan Kewarganegaraan, Matematika, and Bahasa Indonesia. In grade 8, all students will take the Cambridge Checkpoint exam held by Cambridge to evaluate their learning progress compared to the world level. Also, in grade 8, Indonesian citizen students have to join AKM for similar purposes, but to compare it with other schools in Indonesia. Grade 9 and 10 level will study SLK developed curriculum, which consists of religion and character studies, health and physical education, Indonesian studies for expat students, and Balinese culture for Indonesian citizens. For Cambridge-based curriculum, the level is IGCSE. Students will start choosing some subjects required by their need for the future. English as the first language will be compulsory. The optional subjects are business studies, ICT, travel and tourism, global perspective, geography, art and design, and music. Mathematics and coordinated science will be added to English as compulsory subjects for IGCSE level. Indonesian national curriculum consists of PPKN, mathematics, and Bahasa Indonesia for grade 9, while additional Bahasa Mandarin and Balinese culture will be added to grade 10. At the end of grade 9, NC students will take the final exam as one requirement to get the National Curriculum Certificate or Ijazah. Students of grade 11 and 12 will study the SLK developed curriculum, which consists of religion and character studies, health and physical education, Indonesian studies for expat students, Mandarin and Balinese culture for Indonesian citizens. For the Cambridge curriculum, AS and A-level program are designed to prepare students to enter university environment. Students will start choosing subjects required by the university major that they will take. AS level is 1-year course program and A-level is 2 years program. Every student has to take a minimum of 3 subjects of the A-level program. English is compulsory, as we all know that English is the basic requirement in almost all universities in the world. The optional subjects are mathematics, business, information technology, travel and tourism, physics, chemistry, biology, art and design, and music. Indonesian national curriculum consists of PPKN, mathematics, Bahasa Indonesia, sejarah will be taken for grade 11 and 12 students. IPA or science streams will be taken also by grade 11 and 12 students if they choose the science stream. Those subjects are physics, chemistry, and biology. while EPS stream consists of sociology, economy, and geography. In the end of grade 12, NC students will join the final exam as one requirement to get the National Curriculum Certificate or ijazah.
Another really important part of school and education as a whole is assessment. And our teachers take this very seriously. We assess students in multiple ways using a variety of tools. We use our school Engage system to make sure all the data gets uploaded, and that's where our school reports end up getting sent out to parents. In terms of the information that we try and gather and the types of assessment we do, our teachers use all kinds of tasks and all kinds of essays and projects and portfolios to try and gather a really good, clear picture of where our students are. Some examples of that, things like portfolios. Teachers will collect all the work, different kinds of work, and grade it and put it all in one book so that it can be shared with parents. That's one great way to do it. Sometimes it's performance tasks, things like presentations, debates, speeches. These all build a really clear picture, but also confidence in those students. Sometimes students will be asked to complete task-based assessments where they have to complete and show their skills that they've been taught for that term. Projects can be done. These could be individual projects or group projects. Both of those require different skills. We do internal quizzes, we do internal tests, and of course we do internal exams in the form of semester exams. So 2 exams each year from the school, but we also have some external tests and exams. And in primary school we have the checkpoint tests, which are at grade 6 and grade 8, and we also have RKN, which is at grade 8 and grade 5. A vital part at the heart of every school are its educators. And our educators have worked very, very hard in order to upskill, in order to learn new technology, in order for our teachers to put on the best classes possible in these interesting times with hybrid learning. Now, one of the things they've done in order to upskill has been studying, and all our teachers now are Google educators. They are certified Google educators. They've gone through a course. They've learned to use all the Google tools in the Google Workspace. Some of these workspace tools are things like Google Classroom, Google Meets, Google Calendars, Google Drive, and all of those things really help us to meet the needs of our students using technology during these interesting times. Another thing to mention about our teachers is they're all educated, they're all highly trained. Our English teachers are all native speakers, so they're all expatriates, to make sure that they are giving the perfect example in terms of pronunciation and form in terms of their English to reach the needs of all of our students. And that brings me to hybrid learning. Hybrid learning is a really important part of the way we run our school currently. Due to government restrictions only allowing a maximum of 50% of the capacity of the classroom, we can only have a maximum of 13 students in each class. If we have above that, we have to split that class, and we have half the class doing online, half the class offline. We make sure that they get 50% face-to-face and 50% online to make sure everyone has the equal exposure to face-to-face learning. As mentioned, we do some external assessments, and it's important for us as a school to do that so we can compare ourselves with other international schools and make sure we are on par or above where they're at. We like to be the best at what we do. Now, as you can see before you, these are the checkpoint results last year, and you can see the score for our students, and below that you'll find the international average for that score. So if you look at English, our students got 4.2. The international average was 3.8, so we can safely say that English of our students is above the average in international schools. Mathematics, our students scored 4.5. The international average was 3.8. So again, our students are working above average for international schools. Science, our students scored 4.5. The international average again, 4.1. So you can see for the key core components of the curriculum of English, mathematics and science, our students are performing above average, and it's something that we are very proud of. We can compete and we can be better than other international schools.